Hello everyone and welcome back to Doomlink's Life Hunts. We are in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, and I think it's been a little while since I last recorded this game, and even if it wasn't that long ago, that was probably, in other words, the last time that I recorded would have been the first time in a while as well. So I did Freedom Unite about a month ago, close to 2 months ago, and yeah, that had been the first time in quite some time. So I haven't been recording this game very frequently. I think because I just wanted to take a bit of a break from it. I had been playing it fairly often on camera, but I'm happy to do a little bit more of it these days, seeing as though it has fallen into a category of less played Monster Hunter games on my channel. Games that I possibly should be playing more. I think G1 is what we want. We're looking for Emerald Congalala, the single quest. We actually can choose between the Old Jungle and the Great Forest. I'll actually go with the Great Forest, the reason being that that is a location that can only be experienced in this particular game. So it makes sense to me for that to be the place where I showcase this monster. It's just the natural decision to take. I'll be going Elemental Lance on this occasion. Ice Element, more specifically. You can see this is a Kushala Dawara weapon. I think the shield is a little bit ridiculous. It's worth mentioning you don't see the Kushala weapons as often in this game, and the reason is because there is a barrier to entry. I believe, I always forget this, but I think it's the Rust Stone path, not the Ancient Stone. But I don't know if that's Kushala or Teostra, I just don't know anymore. I think it's the lesser of the two, the Rusted as opposed to the Ancient, that is used for Kushala. But, yeah, it can at times be difficult to do it, but there is a way to ensure that you always get something that you want. Once you've actually got the stone in question, there's a way to actually cycle quests. I think what you do is you get, like let's say for example you get 5 stones, and you effectively appraise them at the blacksmith. What you do is you appraise them all. Well, what you should do first is save once you've got those 5, for example. Appraise them. If you don't get anything you want, you just reload your save, depart on 5 quests, and then save again. The next time you appraise it, it will be different to what you did the first time. So in other words, you don't have to keep on getting different stones every single time. You can effectively cycle your options or cycle your appraisals by departing on quests. So that's the way to actually get what you want. There is always an exploit for everything. And to be honest, I'm fully supportive of an exploit like that, because who the hell wants to be getting X number of rust stones that would actually be required? Like, you could be getting as many as 30 to get what you want, so I think that's bullshit. Doomlink, yes, we'll just say that that's my Japanese name, Doomlink. Doomlinku. To achieve that, you'd have to use the N instead of an M, which does actually, that is something that is done in Japanese. They do replace the M with an N. I'm not too sure what Kushala's doing. He's either drowning himself in Pepsi, or he has already passed out. He said that he is quite tired and is going to drink Pepsi to keep himself awake, but I don't know what he's doing. He has been still for some time. Is he typing in the chat? Oh, I see. He's taking a piss. And our third hunter is complaining that he's pissing too long. Or I suppose technically the second hunter in the list. I don't know, maybe he's been drinking a lot of Pepsi. Gotta let him do what he needs to do. It's not a very kind thing to say though, is it? You piss too long! That is what he's saying. I do forget that I am recording this game, so I can actually share my Discord capture. Once it wants to show up, there we go. Yeah, as you can see, you piss too long, expand your urethra hole. That is the recommendation that has been issued to Cushion. Yeah, pissing too long is better than pissing too hard. It might go everywhere. If you think about it, in terms of duration, if you pissed too hard, with the intention of it being faster, you might create a mess that you otherwise wouldn't even need to clean up, if you had just pissed at a lower velocity. So, yeah. What am I drinking? I'm drinking a very strange beverage. I'll actually show you what I've got. I wasn't expecting to show you, but I just realized that it is on hand. Never mind, I've changed my mind on that, because I would have to move my boom stand too much. Basically, I got a box of, I think, 12 cans. Was it 12 or was it 8? Possibly, no, it wouldn't be 12. It would have been 8 cans, and they were different craft beers. I wouldn't normally make a purchase like that, because it tends to be a bit overpriced, but I managed to get a very, very good price for it. Normally, at full price, it would be about $54. I got it for $15. So, you know, 8 cans of fairly bespoke and boutique craft beers. Now, this one here, I actually got 2 of these boxes, I have to tell you, because they were so cheap. I thought, why not? My partner and I tried the first box. The second one is going to be for my personal consumption. And I have to tell you without reservation, this is the strangest one. It's called Midsummer, and it's using what I believe to be an Old English spelling of summer, which is S-O-M-M-A-R. And it's called a Farmhouse Citrus Table Beer. It's unseemly. It's just, it tastes salty, somewhat citrusy, but the flavor is very odd. The combination is not all that pleasant. You're not really going to get much out of this drink. You're not going to sit there and feel refreshed. You're not going to feel like your palate is being treated to anything of any particular significance. It's, as my partner put it, it just tastes like diluted seawater. It's not very impressive. So when I opened my second pack, I got this one immediately and started drinking it, just to get it out of the way. Either I leave it till last and never drink it, or I drink it first and just get it over and done with. And that was the decision that I took, and I'd say it was a fairly well-educated one. Yes, Mina, I am live. That is a very good observation. And where Rome is, it is 8:40 in the morning. Literally getting your Doomlink fix first thing. I'm thinking of making the game a little bit louder in general, so... Well, to be honest, it's not that loud right now. It's not that much louder than normal, but... I've been a little bit concerned that perhaps the streams these days have been not really loud enough in terms of the game volume. But I'm not going to draw your attention to that too much. I try not to focus on the production of these recordings, insofar as the commentary is concerned. Like, I don't commentate the production situation to you all. Oh, I obviously need guard skill increase in order to resist the stench with my shield. I'm just lowering the volume of my monitors, like the speakers that I'm using to monitor the audio, because it's too loud for me. Made a rather poor attempt at hitting the head in that moment. Oh, did just see a deodorant go out. I'm sure some of you will have noticed this already, but I never bring deodorants to any hunt whatsoever. It's not because I am too good for deodorants. It's just because I actually forget to bring them every single time. They are only useful in so few hunts, or rather, the fact that they are useful in very specific situations mean they're just not really on the mind. I don't even think to bring them until such time that I am afflicted with stench. And then I feel some mild regret that I didn't bring the deodorant, but I just make do, I live with it. You know, if it really were a truly apocalyptically terrible result, me not bringing deodorants, it would kick me into gear for future hunts. It would tell me, like something in the back of my mind would be screaming at me to say, bring deodorants, but it doesn't happen. And I think it is because the consequence is not as bad as you might imagine. I'm sure my character doesn't appreciate being covered in monkey feces, but I'm not role-playing to that extent. I'm not going to pretend like it's actually me covered in feces, that would be a bit odd. Wouldn't that be nice? Just a live stream where my character gets farted on and then I actually react to it in real life as if it happened to me. I'm sure it would be entertaining. You guys need to stop with this signaling. It's actually stupid. Like, I understand it's like a form of joke that you get between Freedom Unite players. Sometimes it's a form of communication. Look, I've come across different people. Some people just do it as a joke. Other people do it as a form of communication. At this stage, I'm not sure which of the two it is, but it is excessive. There are too many signals going out. A fairly standard hunt with not much going on. In fact, the monster is already dead, and yet for reasons that are at this stage inexplicable, there is about maybe 3 signals going out every 30 seconds? I don't know. The word unnecessary comes to mind. Oh, apparently Nagakuka is thanking for the deodorants. So therefore it is a bit of a joke, because I saw a whole lot of deodorants going out when it wasn't necessary, so there you have it. Well, Cushion has been playing in my recordings every now and again. He is Kusha. Oh, sorry, he's Nagakuka in the chat. He is the one with 3 different names that I must memorize. We actually failed to destroy his haircut. So at least Congalala was given the dignity of dying in style. Because otherwise it's sort of like adding insult to injury. If we destroy his haircut, he simultaneously looks stupid and is dead. That's an image of him falling over. That's one way to die. He tripped over and ceased to breathe. It's an unfortunate result. Alright, so I'm using the random hunts command, so swear when I was setting up this live stream my hair had a bit more volume than this, but whatever. No, that's the wrong thing to share. Stop that. Cushion is begging for bonus points in the chat. Was the TY already done? No, it wasn't. Well, there's your bonus enjoyment. Really? Magazine Tigrex. Okay, well, I'm happy with the team. If it were a different team, I wouldn't do it, but I'm sure we can pull together and get it done. Magazine Tigrex, of course, is the event Tigrex with a whole load of health and damage. Well, actually, Rome, this has Indian motorcycles on the back. So yeah, not far off at all. Rome is saying that this would be a good Harley-Davidson jacket. I just need my iron cross necklace. I don't have an iron cross necklace. I've always sort of wanted one, I've never found the right one, I guess is what I'd say. Never found the right one. Alright, Magazine Tigrex, I will go ranged. It will be this. The Exterminator Bow. Because that's what we want to do. We want to exterminate the monster. I don't even remember what the last Monster Hunter Freedom Unite stream was like. You're going to have to remind me. Alright, well, I'm done with that. Let's move on to the next beer. This one is a dark lager. Now, I'm not a lager drinker, I have to make that very clear. But there are good lagers out there. You can get craft lagers that actually don't taste like urine. And, you know, as opposed to those macro brews that often come in green bottles. This one's a dark lager. It is by Akasha Project, and it is called What We Brew in the Shadows. If this had been marketed towards someone who turned 18 in the year of 2004, I'm sure this would have done very well. Particularly people turning 18 in the year 2004 who often wear dark eyeliner. What we brew in the shadows. Alright, magazine tigrex. I'm not looking forward to this. It'll be a long hunt, and it will have to be a slow and careful one. Some people approach it aggressively, I don't. No, really, guys, we're hunting, just to be really clear, consider whether or not you want to change loadouts, because if we're doing one of the strongest monsters in Freedom Unite, do you not think it's a bad idea to have 2 hunting horns? I will accept 1 hunting horn, that's fine, but you've got 2 people with hunting horns now. Surely one of you has to, I don't know, give way to the other and equip something that actually does damage. I'll give you guys about maybe 30 seconds to decide whether or not you actually want to depart on magazine tigrex with 2 hunting horns. I'm almost tempted to, I don't know, equip the toilet plunger lance if you're going to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, 2 hunting horns. Should I bring the cactus creamer? Very aromatic. Yeah, I really like that lager. Those are words that normally wouldn't come out my mouth. Yeah, bring Polyton. Actually, do you know what? For all of my barracking about the use of 2 hunting horns, I actually forgot to bring coatings, so there you have it. Honestly, these 2 are just insufferable. Don't you agree? Like, those of you watching at home, don't you agree that these 2 people are insufferable? They're both using hunting horn. They both start pinging at the very start of the hunt. I mean, I don't know who these people are or what hole they crawled out of, but why I'm hunting with them remains a complete mystery to me. Alright, we're getting buffed at the very start. Here we go. No, you're not hitting me into the area. I really should have brought coatings, though. Ow. I think we are allowed to faint, aren't we? Oh no. Well, we can't see. Are we allowed to faint in this hunt? I believe we are. I could be wrong. Oh, you mean... Oh, I see what you mean. You're talking about the song, No Faint. I don't know, actually. Maybe it's a form of guts or moxie, as you say. I don't know what No Faint is. Ugh. Having to deal with the carbonation of this beverage. Well, 1 down already. I don't know if the No Faint song actually helped though. Maybe I should just bring... If we do fail this quest, which is quite likely, I think I'm just going to bring my status lightbowgun. And by status, I mean paralysis. I've got a small flying creature that's distracting me. In my room, that is. Not in the game. That would be strange. So yeah, just to be clear that everyone's on the same page, this is a particularly strong tigrex. We have already suffered 2 feints, and the quest has only been going for a very short time. I can still pretty much take a solid hit even when I have gunner defense, which is good. I am ensuring, however, that I remain at full health when healing. Yeah, I've well and truly put my foot in my mouth by not actually bringing power coating, so I can't actually complain about the loadout of the team at all. I must keep stumm. You don't need to imagine, Mina, it's happening before your very eyes. Oh god. I was hoping I'd be out of range of that. This is not good. That's a lovely raw into attack chain there. Thank you, tigrex. More or less my fault, but... or entirely my fault for positioning myself in range of the raw. I was hoping for a little bit of leniency. Well, just got done healing. Let me go back to healing now. Fucking hell. That is the problem with having low defense like this. You have to expend so many healing wares to get back up to... No, 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 no. I just got done! I just got done healing! Fucking hell, I'm not taking advantage of this KO. It's not happening at all. I refuse. No, 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 that's bad. That's a good example of the terrain. Well, that was funny. That was an example of the terrain being really disadvantageous to me, and then the terrain being very helpful. If my Dolce chooses to walk around in a circle instead of hit the monster, I swear to you, action will be taken. Not to sound cheesy, but seriously, like, what the fuck? Surely there's no advantage to him just walking around in a circle, unless he takes exception to the idea of hitting the monster while it's stuck. Which is just daft. Like, that's balmy. To actually see the monster stuck in one place and decide that that's an unfair advantage, so you're not going to attack, that's wow. But anyway. We can test this theory. I could throw a flash bomb and see if he attacks. If he doesn't attack, then it's confirmed. Aha, we got another KO. Well, I'm very happy with the KO build-up. Nice work, guys. What's he doing? What's he gonna do? Is he gonna hit it? No, he's gonna sheath his weapon. Do you see what I mean? Like, why? Okay, that's a strange principle. To decide that you're not going to attack the monster because it's stuck. I mean, I don't understand that. You see, this is all by design. I would say that the monster getting stuck in the arena wall is even more a reflection of Capcom's intention than, say, abusing flash bombs. Like, that is definitely intended to happen. So I don't really understand, but anyway. Some strange form of Monster Hunter chivalry, I don't know. Oh! Well, I'm almost out of healing wares now. Never mind. I was hit by the monster turning around. Now that's one of the problems when you're fighting a really strong monster like this. Attacks that otherwise wouldn't do much damage at all can actually kill you at that level of health. Just the monster turning around and the tail touching you. When you've still got about 20% of your health. Very good. No, I don't even think that's a tail swipe. That was just the tail moving. And not moving in the way that a Rathalos might whip his tail around, just, you know, just moving. It's not an attack. I was about to say we should do a second attempt with me using Paralysis Light Bowgun, but I don't think this guy, Mr. Madolce, Ice Cream Man, I don't think he's going to countenance that sort of thing. I don't think he will, for one moment, tolerate a monster being stuck in one place, so... It would mean that I'd be stuck with 2 damage dealers instead of 3, and it just doesn't sound worth it, in general, so... Let's move on to the next quest. It is going to be Kirin. I understand that, Nagakuga, but I saw him walking around... Look, he wouldn't attack the monster any time that it got stuck in the wall. I could be wrong. No, he was... Well, I don't understand. I mean, just because you're attacking the head doesn't mean that he needs to then walk in a circle. That doesn't make sense. If I've misunderstood what he's doing, then fair enough, and I do apologize for that, but... The fact remains that every time the monster got stuck in the wall, he specifically decided to stop attacking, so... If that was pure coincidence, then fair enough. So this quest is not exactly my favorite to be chosen. What should I bring? Normal heavy bowgun. This time I will bring the appropriate ammunition. Now, technically coatings weren't ammunition, but you know what I mean. Let's actually bring what I need for the quest this time. It's electric. Where's it going to be? I thought it was in G2, it might be in G3. There we go. So it looked like there was another monster involved. It's actually not true. You can see you get Genprey Pack included. And Earprey Pack. The meaning of that should be quite clear. You're going to have to deal with a lot. Well, don't tell that to me. Tell that to them, Mina. Seriously. They're the ones using Hunting Horn. But I'm sure there's a good reason why they both decided to part with Hunting Horn. It played out very well. He says with sarcasm. Although I did contribute to the failure, technically. Not even technically. Let's not caveat that. We got some activity in the chat. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. No, we don't have activity in the chat. Can I just say, it's slightly annoying to have the double welcome message every time you join this room, but it has been helpful to me in the past. I'm the person who reviews all of the cheater reports for Hunsterverse, and I have had scenarios where one way that you can prove that a person is connecting to the online servers of Hunsterverse is using that particular message in the screenshot chat, or in a screenshotted conversation. being able to see that that message is there is proof that they are connecting to Hunsterverse and not somewhere else. Do you recall that I said that I wouldn't forget my ammunition? I really need to stop getting distracted like this. I don't think there's anything in the box, is there? This is incredible. There's nothing else for me to say than this. We actually need to redo because I forgot my ammunition. I specifically said that I wouldn't forget my ammunition, and not only did I bring inappropriate ammunition, I just didn't bring any at all, so yeah, that needs to not happen again. I can always deploy the excuse that I'm distracted by the process of live streaming, but come on, that's downright inexcusable. Let's try that again. It's not that rare. I mean, it is rare for me to depart without ammunition, but it's not rare for me to make a mistake similar to that. Departing without coatings is a standard practice for me, for some reason. No, it's not an event quest. It's electric. And this time I will actually bring ammunition. Thank God for that. So normal level 2 and combinations for normal level 2 is all that I will need. Oh God. Just getting the microphone in the correct position. Yeah, I was quite sure that that box was going to be empty, but I did have to check just in case. If I was given some sort of, I don't know, 30 stack of, or a stack of 30 normal shots, I would have actually just lived with that and then awkwardly tried to melee the monster. You've misspelt his name, Potato, just to be clear. I've probably taken the long way. I'm just used to going in this direction every time. Although I think... No, I suppose I did go the long way. Didn't take... In the end, it didn't take that long. It's just comparatively speaking, there was a faster route to take. Miserable fight. As far as my audience is concerned, you guys very rarely see me play or hunt against Kirin, and the reason why is because, well, I suppose to be fair, he doesn't come up very often. But in addition to that, he's a terrible hunt. Just unpleasant. Not enjoyable at all. To put it lightly. And there goes my Dolce. Ice Cream Man. You just have to wait for that that moment where the monster actually properly falls backwards or gets thrown backwards. I think it's quite nice because you spend the whole hunt just desperately trying to keep up with the monster, and then you get this very satisfying knockback. That's probably aimed on me, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. I could have just taken that time to unload on the monster, literally. I have to say, I do have some cognitive dissonance when it comes to using this gun, because technically the best normal heavy bow gun to use is the Lao Shan Lung cannon, because it is so fucking strong. But I already use that for elemental shots, you see. I just so desperately want a gun that is specific to, say, a normal heavy bow gun set. So I'm actually willingly curtailing my damage by using this gun. Knowingly dealing less damage. Because the reality is, the Lao Shan Lung cannon is extremely strong, and the way that it counterbalances that very, very high raw damage is by having extremely high recoil. It does technically have negative affinity as well, but most of the counterbalancing is done by way of the really slow reload and the really high recoil. But if you're using normal shots or elemental shots, that recoil does not apply at all, because those shot types are not subjected to recoil. There we go, got our knockdown. But anyway, if I had a normal auto reload set, maybe I would use it. Based on my vague recollections, the Copper Blangonga gunner set actually natively has normal up with auto reload. I remember a very long time ago using that loadout with the Tigrex light bow gun. Oh! But yeah, I mean, I just want to use this gun, you know? Who the hell uses the Vor Buster? You never see it. It's still good, there's nothing wrong with this gun, it's just notably weaker than the Lao Shan Lung heavy bow gun. But don't worry, I use that for elements, it's not like I never use it. I'm not turning my nose up at it because it's too strong or anything. AJ is using the Acantor dual blades. Goodbye, Kirin. You're not a challenging fight, you're just very annoying. But do you know, I like the balancing that goes into Kirin. I think the idea is that the monster's running around so much that your DPS is inevitably going to be very low, or at least quite low compared to your standard hunt. So, as a result, the monster doesn't have much health. I think also the frustration of having to keep on target with that monster makes it part of the difficulty, we'll call it. Oh, we've got a bomb. And I was the only one who actually got hit by it. I was tempted to waste a large barrel bomb, but thought better of it. Yeah, well, there's a frontier version of every monster that's miserable, probably. Or at least a frontier version of most monsters that is completely miserable to find. I don't have many warm feelings towards Frontier. I have actually played it. Up until about 2 years ago, I was not ever able to say that I had played Frontier, but I can now say that I've played it. Not much, but enough to actually have some hands-on experience with it, and I don't have warm feelings towards it at all. I really don't. I'm more inclined to play it these days than I was in the past because I'm not going to be actually playing Modern Monster Hunter anymore, but still. I feel like even without playing the newest Monster Hunter games, I have other priorities beyond playing Frontier. Believe it or not, from having played Frontier and Monster Hunter Online, I think Monster Hunter Online was at least more interesting. Because Monster Hunter Online actually felt a little bit more committed to the generation in which it was designed. So obviously Frontier had a second generation skeleton, and Monster Hunter Online had a third generation skeleton. But Online definitely felt a lot more third gen, in all of its positive ways. And we've got 2 cliffs, dark hot winds. Guess what that is? It is double black gravios. Not the most pleasant fight in the world, but that is what has been selected for us. I played Frontier Z, but the early game just feels like old Frontier for the most part. I think I got up to about halfway through high rank, something like that. I'll bring a gun lance. Yeah, I really don't know what's going to be involved in reviving Monster Hunter Online. I think what I said in the video that I did about the closure of the online servers for Monster Hunter Online back at the time, I said back then that it was technically possible. And that's what I was told back then, but it's unlikely, you know. It's unlikely that it's ever going to happen. But it is technically possible. Did you get sniped? Alright, we've got a sniper in here. I will just politely let him know that it's full. And I can't spell the word sorry, apparently. Did I go past it? Well, we can do the dark cataphracts instead, but... Oh, it might be the arena hunt. Is there a double black gravios arena quest? Yeah, look at that shit. I don't think I want to do this. Let's not. What's the point? It's going to be more entertaining to do the one that's in the Volcano. Otherwise, we'll have to do the exploit in the arena, where we keep one at one end and then keep the other close to the door. Yeah, a lot of people found the channel through the Monster Hunter Online videos. It has to be said that most people haven't played it at all. I would say a majority of people who play Monster Hunter have not touched Monster Hunter Online. I can tell you that it wasn't difficult to set up at all. At least not towards the end of its lifespan. I didn't play it until 2017, I think, early 2017. And I believe it was because it wasn't until then that it became easier to record it. Or easier to get it up and running. I think it released in 2013. And for the first year or two, I don't think there was really a way to get it set up. No, it wasn't that, it was the translation, sorry. Because it was always a PC game through the Tencent game launcher. But yeah, I'm thinking of the translation. That is what stopped me from playing it. Because I wasn't going to sit there and deal with Chinese, like... I would struggle enough with written Japanese. But at least I have a small amount of knowledge of the Japanese language from which to work. But yeah, Chinese, I would have no hope. I don't want to do that. I already experienced that when Portable Third came out, when I had pretty much no understanding of Japanese at all. And that was the same. You know, I may as well have been reading Chinese at that point. And it sucked. So, I didn't want to do it again. And, yeah. But once there was, like, a good functioning English patch for that game, I jumped on. And I wanted to play it more often than I did, but it was difficult to find the drive. If I had people to play it with, it would have been better. I did have some people, but it wasn't that easy. There was like one guy that I was able to find who was properly playing it regularly, and I think I even did a live stream or two with him, but yeah, it wasn't easy. I'm going to paintball this one, and then I will go to the gravios that's further south of my current position. Ow. Friendly reminder, those of you watching on YouTube, go into the YouTube player and uncheck loudness normalization. I think that's what it's called. Let me just double check if that's what it's called. It's important that I get this right, because there's a new feature on YouTube that is complete garbage. It is called... Sorry, it's called stable volume. Stable volume. Switch that off. Please. Do me a favor and do yourself a favor. How is it already over? Is one of you... Either one of you or two of you is using dragon shots. I think I heard the sound of them. And if so, that explains why it was so fast. Maybe I misheard. Maybe that was actually just water shots that I could hear. But yeah, that was extremely fast. Oh, heroics, I see. Well, I helped, sort of. Did I actually waste one of my wyvern fires? I did. I shouldn't have even used it. Should have saved it for this one. Well. Glad we're doing 2 and not 1. Good day. It's so annoying that I'm bouncing off the feet with fucking purple sharpness. What an annoying creature. Because the feet are so large that you end up hitting the feet even when you're intending to hit the stomach. That's what's most frustrating about it. Look at me desperately trying to reach it. I truly hate this. I shouldn't have brought gunlands. That's the bottom line. Why am I even bothering? I can't even make contact with this thing. What a terrible idea. I'll just have to use my shells. What's the shelling level? 4. Not too bad. He does incredible damage, doesn't he? I do have reduced health with this loadout because of my barrage piercing. But that is still a lot of damage. Well, there you have it. I can tell you with some confidence that I didn't really contribute to that hunt. If it weren't obvious. Stop it. It's auto-playing my live stream now. I wouldn't even say that I distracted the monster that much. I can make myself feel a little bit better about the situation by shooting the monster in death. There you go. I've made up for it now. Can't really look inside the monster. I'm trying though. There you go. Get nice and cozy inside the giant black mountain thing. That's what he's called in the arena quest anyway. Alright, well that was a terribly easy confrontation. What the hell's going on? What am I clicking on? Okay. Next quest. Predators of the Swamp. We've got Emerald Congalala again, Purple Gypsaros, and Kezu. Whoa! If you want to get viewers for your live stream, click on that link. Apparently the team, except for myself, are using the 3 statuses. So I've got Madolche using Poison, AJ using Paralysis, and Cushion using Sleep. He's gone with the, I believe, the green Plesioth Sword and Shield, as opposed to the slightly more attractive design, which is the Hypnoc Sword and Shield. But perhaps that Sword and Shield actually winds up being a little better. I haven't compared them really. One thing that really doesn't work for me in this game is Sleep Blade Master. The reason why is because it's much easier to hold back your attacks when you're going ranged. But there's every likelihood that you'll be stuck in a combo when you've applied your sleep when using a Blade Master weapon, and quite frankly in earlier Monster Hunter, so generations 1 and 2, it's much harder to accidentally hit a monster out of its sleep once you've applied it. So therefore, Blade Master and Sleep just do not go well together at all in the first 2 generations of Monster Hunter. So essentially what I'm trying to do is explain why I just do not use those weapons and therefore have limited understanding or experience of them. That is asleep, and you can see it has already been interrupted. You've got about 1 full second to stop attacking, and then it interrupts the sleep. So of course the main difference between Terra and Shogun is that Terra has like a big water beam attack, which is effectively him just pissing on you to destroy the romanticism of it, or to make it less cool, but he is pissing. The things that we put our hunter through. Nope. Trying to position myself here, that's the best spot. Just going for the main body. Interestingly, oh no, we did have a paralysis applier. We literally just had one, so I don't know why I was about to say that we haven't had one yet. All 3 statuses have been applied at least once. We've already had 2 sleeps, 1 paralysis, and indeed poison is in effect. I'd say that's probably one of the most effective ways to fight any monster. It's to bring all 3 paralyses, and a damage loadout with 4 people. I think that's a death. Yep. A rather more dramatic animation as compared to the sleep animation. Well, Nagakuka thinks that the green Plesioth Sword and Shield is cooler than the Hypnoc Sword and Shield. I actually disagree. The Hypnoc Sword and Shield is very curved, and I like the colourful nature of it. The coloration of it is what I like as well. But to be fair, both Sword and Shields are quite rare to find online. I just remember the Feather Knife, as it was called, being my first Rarity 6 weapon. It's one of the reasons why I actually remember that weapon at all. Otherwise it would have just disappeared into the murky depths of my memories. We've already got a sleep. Shall we actually make use of it this time? Poor bastard. Although, it's going to be almost impossible to detonate those without waking him up some other way. See, I saw that wake up. I actually saw blood when that wake up took place, which means that the monster was hit. Now you can see I did successfully roll that, but then I still got hit by something else. I don't know. Maybe the same attack, just in a different spot. Very annoying. Just trying to get through the legs there. Fortunately, I was successful. I wonder if there is any sort of poison resistance for this monster. Given that he is in the poison swamp. You can see that there is poison surrounding us, so... Oh. Not sure what woke him up there. He's sleeping quite a lot. Either Cushion is performing better this time around, or Standard Shogun is actually weaker to sleep than Terror. I do wonder. I'm not sure which way is the fastest, but I'm going this way. I almost don't even want to consume a hot drink. This monster's going to be dead before it would even be worth using it. It looks like I have gone the long way. Very well. I'm not going based on where Madolche is, I'm going based on where AJ is. Because Madolche got a head start. Oh, it's about the same. In fact, technically better for me because the monster was on the eastern side of the area. And I had taken the eastern route. So it's actually better to go the way I was for this particular monster when he's eating. Oh, well, I didn't even see a Hornetor. But apparently that's what woke him up before. Alright. We've got bounce bombs now. I would do some mining, but I don't have any way of doing it. Don't have a pickaxe. Ugh, what a disgusting bow. Look at it. How did they even create it? Kezu's mouth is not shaped like that. And I don't think Kezu has enough teeth for that to even be possible. So where did that design come from? Did it come from like some kind of aberrant Kezu that has a giant gaping mouth or something? I don't know. It's a very discomforting design. Three Masters of the Volcano. We've got Terra Shogun Senator again, Lavazioth, and Rathalos. Those are going to be the next monsters that we fight. I'll go with something else. I'll bring a status of some kind. I'm just not sure what I want to bring. Do you know what? We will go Greatsword. Slightly annoying because I did just move the decoration for this helmet, as I mentioned before. And what am I doing? I'm bringing the Poison King. Just a fun greatsword that I occasionally bring out. Oh well, it's definitely intended to be ugly. I don't think that whoever designed that Kezu bow thought it was a work of art. Well, when I say work of art, I mean something that's intended to be aesthetically pleasing. The Three Masters of the Volcano. Oh, I forgot to change my decoration. Un momento. Unsheathing Jewel. So this greatsword's interesting. I'm not a huge fan of status greatsword because it almost encourages combo greatsword, I guess, so that you can actually apply the damn status. But it's going to be even less clear to see how effective it is because it looks like Mr. Madolce, Ice Cream Man, is going to bring poison dual blades. So the actual effectiveness of my weapon will be somewhat masked by his weapon choice. I seem to be missing something from here. What would that be? Bombs, that's what I'm missing. Due to the sleep in the last hunt. Ideally, I try to block the chat button as much as I can. And to be honest, it hasn't been worthwhile keeping it up, so I'm going to remove it. It's just fucking ugly. I hate having ugly emulator things on the screen. I want it to appear as it would otherwise do on the PSP. What kind of... This is so unusual. Just as an observation, like, who is this person? Fuck Lennon? Is the triple X meant to be like a sexual reference, or... Like, what? What's going on? This is this guy's Discord profile, I don't really understand it. But anyway. Some kind of, strange version of John Lennon, I don't know. That looks really weird. That is a weapon that you do not often see. That is the Yangaruga hunting horn. A very strange choice. Alright. Obviously he changed his mind, decided not to use the poison dual blades that he was using. So he's instead gone with that strange stringed instrument. What is the first monster? Terror? No, Lavaziov. Don't have time for this shit. It looks like Kushala is just going to manually oh no, he's not. Lavaziov is one of those fights where, if I find myself really high up the volcano, I will just farcast. Could not be bothered making my way there manually. I mean, I'm having to make my way there manually now, but it feels better to do it this way. Less time consuming. You can see that I did actually drop my sword sooner than would be normal, because I could see that there was an attack coming, but it still wasn't good enough. Wasn't able to make contact. He seemed unnaturally hesitant there, looked like a network issue. Thank you for that, that's fucking brilliant. Oh, we've got to sleep, but I'm in the middle of a charge, so... not going to work very well. Whoops. A very, shall we say, friendly hitbox. Got another sleep coming. I don't know if I woke him up or if someone else did. But if I woke him up, that's a good thing, because that would be a level 3 charge with a damage boost on the wake up. Oh, and he's dead. Goodbye. Flopping fish creature. Didn't need to heal at all. I think I did get life powdered, but still. He wasn't able to do much of anything. Terra Shogun, where the hell does he start? Right at the top, maybe? I will assume that. It could either be here, or further down that way. But I'm going to assume here. It just feels like the right place for a starting point. There's something satisfying about making contact with this sword. Because it feels like a rubber sword. I don't know why it's satisfying to hit a monster with a rubber sword, but it just is. Look who's appeared. I don't know who it is, but someone's got a very noisy sword. I think it might be Cushion. No, I think it might be my weapon. Yeah, my weapon's making like a whistling noise when it swings. Which I don't mind. I like noisy weapons. Especially ones with unique sounds. I just didn't think it was my weapon. It didn't seem like an appropriate sound for this sort of thing. Oh god. Oops. I don't think I actually have the Diablo Spear in this game. I might, but I don't think I ever got around to making it. I may have to do that. I do have it in Freedom 1, as well as White Disaster, though. Very satisfying to use in first gen. Thanks for that. Final monster is Rathalos, and I do not know where he starts. Cushion seems to know. Do you mean in Freedom 1? I believe I was doing the double quest. Was it double Black Diablos in that game? I think so. Maybe it's just double normal. Whatever the double quest that is standard in that game, it's in the desert, that's the one that I did. Took a while, it was pretty miserable. Oh, he does start down there, yes, I remember now. Feels so unnatural, but that is precisely where he starts. But anyway, grinding hordes in Freedom 1 was a little bit easier because you had that wall to abuse, but still. The drop rate felt quite unkind. Even when it looks like you're miles away from that fucking tail, it still manages to hit you. It's almost like it's calculated based on distance between yourself and the monster, not your position in relation to the tail. That's how inaccurate it feels. Cushion, you're going to have to dissuade me from what I'm about to say. But it looks like you are actually signaling for a life powder. Now, if that's not what you were doing, then I'm happy to be corrected, but seriously. Signaling for a life powder? Oh, that's a lovely connection. That's worse than Monster Hunter 1. Okay, so apparently we've got signals to express frustration now. Which is very interesting. As I say, it can be a form of communication for some people. It can mean anything and everything, and we just have to, I don't know, guess what it means. Based on the situation. Oh, he's decided not to attack. Very good. I'm surprised that didn't break the wing. If you think about it, he's got fairly low health, given that he is one of 3 monsters, and that was a level 3 charge to the wing, and I've seen that wing get hit already, so I'm amazed that didn't break. Oh god. I really hate the splash damage of those fireballs. It feels excessive sometimes. I think that was fair, but it does feel excessive. I was preparing to shield with my greatsword, but my character took far too long to recover from that heal animation. Oh, don't let him leave. Yeah, alright. There we go. Looks like I got that. I am actually in need of these mega potions. His face really does look beaten up when it's broken, doesn't it? His ear is huge. Do you think this dragon's an elf? Is that some secret lore? Oh, AJ's bombing the ear. Destroying the head even further. An alpha dragon, yes. I've decided that the Raths are actually elves. You can either think of a fantasy elf that lives in the forest, or you can think of Santa's little elves, I don't care. But it's a fucking elf turned into a dragon. That is the Monster Hunter lore. That's my headcanon, and I'm sticking to it. Warhammer elves, yeah. It's another option. Alright, I'm going to spin the random hunt, and I'm going to go and get another beverage. H. Oh, it's going to be mini cutu. Great. I will be back in a moment with beverage number 2. I'm back. So, Mini Yangaruga. The main problem with that is that it's a tiny monster with 4 people crowding around it. So, it's fun for about 5 seconds while you're looking at this tiny cutu, And then it stops being fun when you actually have to hunt it. Particularly with 4 people. The beverage potato is not water. It is drip, drip, banana flip. It is banana milk stout with double iced hazelnut coffee. From Good Land Brewing. That's what we want. So I'm more of a fan of like traditional ales from Europe, particularly Belgium. I love a nice farmhouse ale. I love a good Belgian quadrupel. This kind of thing, not really my go-to. But as I said, I got a really good price on a beer pack. This particular one's alright. It doesn't have a very strong banana flavour. It's just, it's like a background flavor note. The sheer level of poetry left me in tears, well. I don't know whether to apologize or to agree with you, really. It is very poetic, though, isn't it? The can has like a dripping thing going on. I don't imagine it's that visible because it's probably a bit green. You can sort of see it, yeah. You can see like the dripping thing going on. It's like a green and yellow and black can, so... I've got a green screen going, so the colours aren't going to be as clear. But yeah. There's almost nothing that I can bring that's worthwhile. I'll bring a hunting horn. Nagakuka is reacting quite violently. I would call that violent laughter in response to drip drip banana flip. I bet he was the type to just completely lose his composure with intense laughter at the banana phone song. Ring, 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 banana phone. Or something thereabouts. And he was the one who was just in tears laughing in the corner of the room. Completely inconsolable. Got to him too? Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Potato. I do apologize. What am I bringing? I'm bringing a hunting horn, yes. And it'll be a water hunting horn because it is Yankaku. I need the armor set first. Sorry, I was so distracted by bananas. Bi-coloured castanets. I need to eat as well. Which lady? He feels bad for this lady. Whoever this lady is, I think it needs to be spelled out a little more explicitly because I've got no earthly idea what it is to which you are referring. Oh. Don't feel bad for her. She's taking it on the chin, literally. She seems utterly unperturbed by the fact that she's being beaten by 3 people. It's alright. It looks like they're all women, actually. That's alright. Catfight. It doesn't matter that they're all guys with female characters. It's still technically girls having a fight. So all is well. Yeah, I don't get the flip part either. Banana flip. Yeah, not sure. But I'm not going to overthink it. It may not be worth overthinking. Or considering deeply. Just consider that it might be rhyming for the sake of rhyming. Blah, blah. Excuse me. I can't formulate a sentence. But yeah, this is alright. It's one of the better ones from the pack. I would say the pack is a bit hit and miss. It's not amazing. But I wouldn't say, except for this fucking Midsummer Farmhouse salted citrus table beer, everything's pretty good. Oh, whoops, I'm going in the wrong fucking direction. Looks like AJ's committing. I'm not. Let's see who gets there first. I don't know if he was following me or if he actually decided on his own that that was a good way to go, but I was just going that way because I wasn't paying attention. Well, I'm sure AJ will get there one day. No, he has actually technically joined the confrontation before me. We've done a role reversal now. We've taken opposite directions to get to the same area, but this time he's ended up on the side with the monster and I've ended up on the opposite end. The most important song here is the attack song. As you can see, Kushala just got completely annihilated by a fireball to the face. And it's obviously very entertaining to see such a large fireball coming out of such a small cutu. I need to play some self-improvement. Uh-oh, this is dangerous. Ugh. Question. Why does that hurt so much? That's insane. No, please, I'm trying to heal myself, for God's sake. So, what's my defense for fire? I have 13 fire res with 521 defense. And half my health was lost. What the fuck? That's just unreasonable. That might have been the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Was that? Oh, that was AJ's bomb. I was gonna say, if you had bombed yourself, that would have been hilarious. I'm sure AJ's recording, but my point of view there would have been much funnier. There's just bombs going everywhere. Not sure if it's helping the situation at all. I don't know how to feel about that fight. He was dealing a lot of damage, but the fight was over so quickly that it felt very uneventful. Oh well. It's all over. Already. Oh, fuck off. That has an upswinging ability, doesn't it? I think it does. It might not. No, I think that's... No, that was just a regular hit. I was supposed to stay in my melody mode. Oh well. The only proper way to finish a quest with a hunting horn is to continue playing music while the quest is over. Is that a bomb going off, or is that something else? I'm not sure. Strange hunt though, you have to admit. It's over so quickly, yet so much damage was being dealt to us. So it was a bomb. There you go. Ugh, messing up my command now. Kushala Dada. Okay. Don't often get Elder Dragons in the random hunt selection. Yeah, I'd say the PSP was the best handheld console. Although the original Nintendo DS was very good for the time as well. Not as good to emulate though, for obvious reasons. I definitely have a soft spot for the DS. The 3DS can eat my ass, but the Nintendo DS original, very cool. I had a DS Lite. And weirdly enough, a DSi as well when that came out. I had no business getting that. It was just... It was unnecessary. I just thought it looked so sleek and so cool. I still think the DSi looks cool. I think the DSi looks cooler than the 3DS. I really do. Like, all 3DSs do not look as cool as the DSi. That was a sleek, fucking cool system. I don't know why you had a puke green DS Lite. The allure of the DS Lite was the fact that it was white. I remember the ads for it, it looked like this beautiful modern system. Just this, it was sleeker, smaller, thinner, and white. And it looked really good. There's no way I was going to get a fucking green one. God, what's the quest again? It's Kushala. So, do we have people bringing poison? I sort of want to just liaise with the team to figure out who's bringing poison, if anyone. If no one's bringing poison, I'll bring it. If someone's bringing poison, I'll do something else. But... How do I communicate with the team? Do I just go in there and find out? I'll go in there and make an evaluation. Alright, we've got big piece of meat on a stick, enormous ham. We've got Gauren Zong. There's like a Chinese theme to get to the Gauren stuff if you didn't know. And, yeah, I might bring poison. I don't trust Maldolce ice cream. No, don't worry. I'll bring poison. As for which poison weapon, I don't know. Let's just go longsword, keep it simple. Ooh. I do love the Pirate J sword. It's so weak, but I love the design of it. I don't think I really used Flipnote, although the name is familiar. What am I doing? Kushala. I don't have him. Does anyone have him? I don't know why I thought this was Cushion, but it's actually Madolce using the Golden Zong. Elder Dragon of Wind. There we go. It's funny, I don't often get the desert one these days. It's always the jungle one. This will be my last time. Let's go. Which way am I going? What are we hunting? God. Kushala. So he's... where the fuck does he start again? He starts up here, here. I was going in the right way the first time. But I saw someone going that way and thought, oh, he must be over there, my memories must be incorrect. But no, I should just trust myself. Should just trust myself. I find myself using this particular weapon far too often against this monster. Are you about to troll me? It looked like you were fixing to troll me, but then thought better of it. Anyway. Probably should have brought flash bombs, but can't think of everything every time. Life's no fun if you just predict everything, or think to do everything. I don't really know where I'm going with that. .400 poison with a longsword, that's pretty good. Should be able to apply my poison without much time passing. Oh God. Aha. Tail opportunity, perhaps? Not much of one, but better than nothing. Alright, so we've got a poisoned Kushala. Now we can just focus on dealing damage. Nicely positioned. As you can see, a fairly friendly hitbox. Lenient hitbox. The Kushala and Teostra swipe attack is actually more lenient in this game than the... Well, maybe it's not hitbox itself. What I'm going to say is that those attacks are actually more lenient in general, or easier to deal with, than the Elatrion claw swipe in Try. But I don't think it's a hitbox issue, I think it just has to do with the travel. It's got a wider arc with Elatrion. But still, the hitbox is very small for that. Don't know what you were flash bombing. That looked like an attempt to flash bomb the anus of the monster. I don't think there's an eye in there. Kazu does have a mouth there, but not eyes. And Kushala doesn't have either. He just has an anus. Now, while eyes and anuses both wink on occasion, that doesn't mean a flash bomb is going to work necessarily. However, if you did see a winking Kushala asshole, I'd really rather not know any further details. There's our head flinch. Looks like the monster has been KO'd by a giant piece of ham. Ham on the bone, in fact. I'm sure Madolchek contributed with his giant bell thing, whatever that is. But I feel like the ham is more deserving of credit. Just by virtue of the fact that it's ham. Oh. Get in position. There's our head flinch again. He is headed to the beach. Or perhaps not. Oh no. Yep, Kushala goes to the beach. That's my favourite monster under Dojinshi. I feel like I just completely ruined AJ's plan by doing that. My apologies. Just another example of a longsword ruining the plans of a hammer user. Hammer hunter. Oh, that was really good. Yeah, let's all get behind the trap. Quick, everyone. Get your tranks ready. He's capturable. AJ's... Oh. Yep. Quick. Quick, use the trap. Oh no, it's not working. That's right, we're in the rain. Oh no. That's what it is. It's because we're in the rain, not because of anything else. Damn. AJ's really committed, as you can see. Really wants that trap to work. Just believe in the heart of the cards. In the heart of the hams. Oh. Once again, an excellent demonstration of how nice that hitbox is. If you get hit by a Kushala Daura arm swipe, or claw swipe, whatever you want to call it, you deserved to get hit. It's not like suggesting you were poorly positioned, or you suck, or anything like that. I'm just saying that the hitbox is very, very fair. So... it's the one fucking thing they got right in this game. In terms of hitboxes, that is. Now, Hypnoc is also very lenient. As is Teostra, it's just that he's so busy dining out of your asshole that you don't really notice whether the hitboxes are good or not. I'd like to get this tail. There it is. I had best sharpen it. Rome rightly mentions that we cannot capture when it's nighttime. Yeah, tranks lose their effectiveness. And, shock traps are solar powered. Oh. Another KO, very good. Oh. Getting some great combos. AJ's going ham on the monster. This just feels like it's been a constant beatdown. I don't know about you. It's a good indication of just how much health a full health Elder Dragon has in this game. Just wailing on him. Come hither. You're very close to the exit. Or at least, you're in a narrower part of the area. Oh. Goodbye, my dolce. Well, at least we got the tail in the trap. That's one thing. We got half the monster. Might not ruin his plans again. Almost did a rerun of the previous situation. We're both aligning ourselves with the head, and then I hit it first and then ruin the timing. By, I don't know, reaching a damage threshold on the monster or flinching him. Get out of there. And goodbye. Reasonably well done. Full health and under 15 minutes. We had a Cantor weapons, we had a giant ham, and a bell. So we did quite well, in the end. Ugh. Wind all cancelled. Makes me wonder why I even brought poison, to be honest. I mean, it's still effective, but... Whoa! Let's see if you can resist my Fade Slash. But you can't. Well, that is going to be the conclusion of this recording. Yes, it's alright. I realize it's 4 AM. You can go to sleep now. I do bid you all farewell, and I thank you for joining me for this live stream. I will see you all next time, and goodbye for now.